It's the Rundown brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. New Amsterdam Vodka, you want to do shots? What's your favorite way to drink vodka? Like that? Is that what you do? You go, ah. Do you like shots? Do you like Amsterdam Mule? Do you like a mixed drink? Do you like it?
I'm a shot. I actually take shots of vodka.
Shots of vodka? Straight vodka? Flavored or straight?
Too, but I'm
straight.
Pink Whitney. Lemonade
Yeah, those are quality.
in the summertime.
Those are quality. I like the Mule, the Amsterdam Mule. I'm a Mule guy, but you need the copper cup. But either way, New Amsterdam, you can drink it any of those ways. Straight, neat, rocks, shots, martinis, all of it, because it's smooth. It's distilled like 60,000 times, I think.
It's science.
I think that's
60,000 times.
overstated, but it's
Probably, I think it's 5.
A lot.
5 times. So it's the drink of the summer.
Yeah.
Drink of the summer. It's the official drink of Zero Block 30. It's the official, Spittin' Chiclets, but also Kate drinks it too.
I do. It's true. I have 3 bottles on my desk right now that are quickly.
They're all empty.
Yeah.
We start off with one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This guy on the plane, he's got the front row seat, the like emergency row, so the TV's on the wall, and he's just going like Tarzan with it, like toe fingers, like swiping on the touch screen. And now someone said to me, well, what if this guy doesn't have arms? Still inappropriate.
Use your
Figure it out.
goddamn fucking
Use
nose
your nubs
like a human.
Use your nubs, your nose, your friend. You cannot have your toes out on a plane touching the screen.
I think in my apartment, maybe I sound like a crazy person, but I have like a shoes off, like when you come in the door, because I just think of everything here in the city. You walk through like legit puddles of urine.
True story.
All
I
sorts of
skip
stuff.
over the pee. I see it.
You don't know what
I
this
spot it.
person. I kind of like to go in the, personal preference, but I just like think you walk through all that gross shit, and then you're gonna put that where people put their hands all the time. I don't know.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yeah,
It's-
not a fan.
And I know Chapsy. I love you. Chapsy wrote a blog today about
Condoning this?
not quite. No, he said if it's a 3+ hour flight, he will be taking his shoes off.
Socks?
I didn't read the full thing. I read
The
the
difference
headline.
is socks versus
Kinda-
no
I
socks.
bring
kinda
clean
fucked you there.
slippers sometimes if it's a long flight.
That's
I'll
fine.
take off my shoes. I put slippers
That's
on
fine.
my feet.
I kind of like that.
That's
move.
okay.
Yeah.
You have some coverage there.
I just think that you're not allowed to take your shoes off. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's a 12-hour flight.
Yeah.
Everyone's miserable on a plane. You're gonna be miserable too. You can't lean back.
I'll do one of these.
You can't lean back. You can't take your shoes
can't
off.
lean back?
You cannot.
Oh, I lean back.
Unless
Fuck
the
you.
person in front of you leans
Fuck.
back, you cannot lean back.
Oh, I'm leaning back no matter what.
Me
I
too.
paid for that ticket.
Yeah.
I'm leaning back.
And they
I don't
built in
care.
enough space that like you can lean back.
They barely put enough space for a human being to fit.
No,
They did
no,
not
no,
put-
no, no,
No,
I'm
if-
leaning.
look,
I'm
I'm
leaning.
just-
We should all
I'm-
lean.
I'm
We
polite.
should all lean. Fuck
Worst
final
take.
If the guy in front of
Yeah.
me leans back,
Worst take.
I will
No.
do too. But if he's staying upright, I'm staying upright. So if you see me on a plane, tell the guy in front of me, be like, hey, don't lean back because I need this.
Now that's crazy.
Whoa.
What I will maybe do is I maybe would do like I'll take my like I'll just go like that.
I'll
kinda.
pop that for a bit.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
pop
pop my heel out, you
Yeah.
know, so it's not as tight. But
Yeah.
I'm not doing exposed toes. The toes is really where the stink comes from. And
Is it?
Well, I don't know. For me, like your heel isn't gross. I feel like you're
Yeah.
you know.
As a joke
foot
while
is
you guys were
gross.
talking, I was gonna take my shoe off and just put my foot right next to Feits, but then I decided, what if my feet smell? I don't want to be the one. I don't
out.
be
You
the
don't want
smelly
those
kid in the
toes
aisle.
up on
Check it
the-
out.
on
Do
the
you
internet
wear
last
do you wear
night.
socks or you go
Oh, I
no
wear
shows?
socks.
You go
I
no
can't-
shows. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta wear
No
socks.
shows are one of the best inventions ever. Why don't
Yeah.
you sell your feet?
So, I've actually gotten
would if I were a
DMs
girl.
where guys are like, I'll send you Amazon gift cards if you
Hell
send me
yeah.
pictures of your feet.
Also, you should tell them
And-
the cash money, homie.
Yeah,
None of
I
that
haven't paid
Amazon
on
gift card
anything
shit.
in Amazon for like 5 years now. So it's great. Yeah, hit me up.
I mean, I really would. I feel like you're.
I think
you're the type,
Rudy
like,
did something like that.
You sell your feet? Rudy's a very pretty man, so.
Yeah.
This guy like asked me for pictures of my feet.
Did you do it?
This guy asked you for pictures of your feet.
This like person was like, "Oh, like I want to see pictures of your feet. Like, please let me pay you." And then I was with Grinnell on St. Patrick's Day, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna let this happen." And then we got drunk, and then I took my shoes off.
This
at
is
the bar.
Twitter, Instagram, what?
Instagram. He DM'd me, and then I took my shoes off and took a picture of my feet and sent them to him. And then he was like, "Oh, let me be like your slave." And then I was like, "This is over."
Did you get money?
No, I didn't get paid. I could have got paid though.
You did it for free? What are you,
Well,
some sort of
I
chump?
was like,
Yeah.
"Look at this guy," and Grinnell's like, "Send him a picture of your feet." So I took my shoes off at the bar and sent him a picture of my feet.
Wow.
Wow.
Just doing it for love of the game.
Yeah, that's even weirder that you didn't get
Yeah.
paid.
Just
Did
to
it pro
flex,
bono.
like, yeah, I got these
Pro
tootsies.
bono.
Yeah.
Yo, send me that guy's name. I will sell my
he's a
fucking
weird
feet
cat,
right
dude.
now.
I
I'm not
would
as
too.
pretty as you, but
I would also remember that politician who like sold her. She got caught. She was, I think, in Vegas or something like that. But she got caught selling her dirty underwear under the name like Misty or something like
that
that.
too.
Misty
And
underwear.
the reviews for it were like, she really puts in the work. You can tell she works out in them. She like really goes ham in these things before she nails them to you. 5 stars for whatchamacallit. It was like
It's
in the
gross.
news last year.
Who was sniffing like mailed dirty panties?
There's a whole website. I went down a rabbit hole, and she's got great reviews if you're looking to buy underpants. No free ads, but this lady in Vegas. But I'm like, I wouldn't be against that. So what? I wear Hanes for a couple days. I mail them out.
Oh, you
like,
should do.
who
I would
cares?
do all of these things if I was a chick. I'd sell all of it.
Should I
Even
see
like
how
doesn't matter
much?
like how creepy a guy is though. Like even I'd still be like I'd send him like a new pair of underwear that I sprayed fucking perfume in. Like, my pussy
That
smells
doesn't
like
count.
weed.
That doesn't count, bro.
I just roll them around in the dirt outside, and I'm like, there you go. It was a rough week for old Kate. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
I would do
really
all of it,
puts
Kate.
in
Think
the
about
work.
it.
Yeah.
Speaking of politicians, Marianne Williamson is fucking coconut Democratic nominee.
I haven't.
She was speaking at some, I don't know, speech
I
convention.
think it was in a church.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
even weirder. So
Yeah.
at some church. She has all the white people in the congregation get up, find the nearest black person, put their hands on them, and then repeat after me. And it's like, I am sorry for the behavior of my ancestors and all this sort of shit.
I'm going to ask the white Americans in the room to please repeat after me. On behalf of myself and on behalf of my country, to you and all African Americans, from the beginning of our nation's history, in honor of your ancestors and on behalf of your children, please hear this from my heart.
Apologizing to white people, to black people, that's worse than the toes out. Just a stunning lack of awareness. Like, there was this one guy standing there. He must have had 20 white people grabbing him. I don't think that's what they want. I don't think the black people want the white people to congregate around them and touch them and grab them.
Yeah, that had to be so weird for all parties
For
involved.
everybody.
I watched the debate that Marianne Williamson was in when she like first came on the scene, and it was like
She came in
everyone
hot.
on the stage was like politician, politician, politician. Author Marianne, she's like, hello.
Lunatic.
How
Like,
did she get on there?
lunatic.
She's just absolutely
She's a
wild.
Looney
I don't know
Tune.
how I guess anybody can sign up to.
But like at least, I mean anyone can sign up, but
how do you-
also
how do you get some
can't
camera
get on a
time?
fucking
Yeah.
national
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
She
that's
also
wild.
called vaccines like Orwellian or something like that,
Oh,
and it's just like a very
great.
strange. But everybody was like, she's a psychopath. Like on Twitter after that debate, everyone was like, she's a psychopath. But I would love to drink a ton of wine with that lady. And just like I would just love to get.
I
like,
wouldn't, because she's a.
Yeah.
I guess after the debate, I kind of thought that I was like, she's a lunatic. It's kind of funny,
Yeah.
but she talks like a woman who's been kidnapped in like a 1940s movie.
Yeah, she has,
has
like, a
like
weird-
that like. And then I said, oh my God, I don't know how this happened here. And she yeah, Frankie like that. But also like, do I have to apologize? I'm sorry it happened. I feel like that's not on me.
I feel like that's just
I
not.
don't know the rules here.
That's not. I feel like it's like I feel like that's just not the answer.
No.
There's,
Yeah, like-
there's definitely issues
If I had
that
to go
matter
around
and
the
should be
street
discussed, but that's not
apologizing
the
to every
answer.
black person, I'd be a lunatic.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not. That's me doing something ridiculous.
I think that's
Yeah.
pretty unfair. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The whole
Like,
thing is
dude,
just.
what if you just did that? You started going around just going like, hey,
Sorry, man.
Sorry, man, my bad.
Hey,
they,
that
they
whole-
would say what
That whole
for-
400
for
years
what?
thing, man. Like, sorry.
And we would say
Yeah.
slavery. It'd be like, what?
Yeah, no. And imagine if you were just touching them. You're just, hi.
Yo, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Just get your fucking hands off me, white man.
I also think it's pretty ballsy to think that like that would be inadequate. Like.
Yeah. Like,
for
okay, we're good.
anything, like,
Let's
oh,
all right. Call
all
it
right,
even.
Sweet.
Good old.
Cool.
You know, that's it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Very weird.
One of the greatest skits, funniest things of all time. Dave Chappelle, Reparations. Just if you haven't seen it, because we're actually
yeah.
getting to the point where a whole like generation of people probably haven't seen Chappelle's show.
Yeah.
Reparations with Chappelle's show is comedic genius. Second half of the rundown is brought to you by PointsBet. Double the number of bets available compared to any other local sports book.
do that?
What'd you do?
I just covered my mouth. I was,
Yeah,
I was like
that
going
was-
to cover my mouth. I hit like both hands.
Oh, that's gonna be a gift.
Hit me up for feet pics.
Yeah,
Hit me up for feet pics later. Yeah.
That was like a Freudian
Oh,
physical
it was-
slip.
Wow.
That was weird.
They got 3 times more booster bets, booster odds offered every single day. Sign up today, get $1,000 in risk-free bets, $500 for traditional bets, $500 for points betting wagers. You gamble, Kate? Throw that cash around?
In my personal life, like with poor life choices kind of thing, like we don't
Every
need
day,
a condom.
every day's a gamble, okay?
Yeah,
Let
every
me
day
tell
is
you
a
what.
gamble, right? No.
Yeah, go to PointsBet, throw around that cash, make that money.
Yeah.
This next video, I know it's old. I actually, there's several of them out there, so if you haven't seen this one, maybe old, new, whatever. This video makes me more mad than seriously anything I've ever seen on the internet.
Okay.
This priest baptizing the fuck out of this little baby.
Yeah.
I hate him, and I hate the parents, and I hate the whole church.
Is this Catholic or is it?
No,
is
I
it
think it's like,
Christian?
I want to say like Greek Orthodox.
It's
I
a
think it's the
weird,
Greeks
it's like
too.
A
Yeah.
I
unique
think-
sect of Greek.
It actually
something,
reminds
yeah.
me of the episode of Seinfeld with the baklava or whatever, like
Yeah.
the you got something in your eyelashes driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Yeah, you good.
Let me get it out. Just wipe it away.
It's some weird shit going on. Certainly not Catholicism. We're weird, but we're not that weird. I don't know if it's like, I don't want to be corny, like because I'm a dad or whatever. I see these fucking wackos slam dunking this baby, and like
Yep.
there's like 7-year-old girls
In the
that
background,
they're like,
and
oh
they
my
are-
god, and they don't know
They're
anything.
never
They-
gonna swim. Those
no,
little girls
never.
are never gonna go in a pool. That's like a scarring. Like, oh my
Even
god.
when-
Even
when
adults
the little
get
girls
gently baptized, like in the
yeah.
lake.
Yeah.
or
I mean,
whatever
they're
it is,
little babies'
stream.
And if
arms
you
are flailing
miss
around.
and it hit
it's
the
the
edge
rim.
or something, it's so small that would like
They're-
destroy a baby's
Oh,
lid.
They're
That,
slamming them
like-
into
Yeah.
like a cup.
Yeah.
It's
Dead baby.
crazy.
You got a dead
And
baby.
I imagine there's a lot of jostling
But
going
I guess
on
if you
there.
look in the bright side, if
Yeah.
the baby dies during that, it goes to heaven.
Yeah, that's correct.
We
That's true.
snuck you in under the gun, like
Original
right
sin
under the
has been
right
washed
under the
away
leg.
here.
Yeah.
Also, for all we know, that baby could have been a total
If there's a time to
asshole.
die, it's
Total
right
asshole
then,
baby.
actually.
Yeah,
If you think
you're
about
right.
Maybe
it.
that baby deserved it.
That's-
Maybe
that's
slate.
best
maybe
case
all the
scenario.
other babies got the gentle one, and this guy was like, this
could
real,
tell.
real motherfucker, this
Yeah,
baby.
this
Really,
baby.
it took like a 24-hour labor.
You know what
We'll
would
pay
be
back for you,
diabolical
pal.
to be a priest and who didn't do this stuff, but like you just missed the baby's head with water on purpose?
Didn't baptize him. Didn't help.
Whoa.
How
Where you were on a power trip, you're
That's
like,
a-
not you,
That's
little
a sick
buddy.
thought out of you, man.
Just like
That's sicker than the guy
Wow.
slam dunking the baby.
Yeah, he's your fucking baby soaked in original sin still.
Yeah, there you go.
You get up
Take
to
that.
the gates and you're like, nope, haven't been baptized.
Yeah,
like, what are you
but
talking
you
about?
talk, I got
saw the
pictures.
pictures.
Yeah.
No, water never
Nope.
touched.
No.
You still
Oh,
got
I
that
like
original
that.
sin.
If I was a priest, I'd do that.
You're a sick fuck.
I will say I've never seen like a crazy baptism or anything like that. But I was at a wedding once where it was a Southern Catholic church, so in the very back of the church, it was almost like the baptismal pool that you can like actually
The adults,
physically
like,
walk
hop
down the
into. Yeah,
steps and
yeah.
you get in it. And it's surrounded by, it was like a little, almost beautiful gilded fence, like this high around it in the back. And it had like little plants and stuff. It was around Easter time. So I was at a wedding. Wedding ends, they ask everybody to get up on the altar so the photographer can take a picture of everybody who was at the wedding. And the photographer, and true story, swear to God, photographer was walking backwards with the camera trying to get everybody in. They tripped over the tiny fence and flipped backwards into the baptism pool with the camera with all the wedding photos on it. And when I see awkward things, I like freeze. I literally, like in my wedding, I just shrunk into a ball on the altar behind everyone. I was like, oh my God, it was super, super awkward. Yeah.
There's that clip going viral right now of the grandma who just walks into the
Oh,
pool.
right into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pool. I know.
It's a tough one.
Ugh.
Watch out for those pools, folks. Last
Yeah.
one, Brooks Koepka getting cocky out there. Said the only time you're going to see him on TV is when he's playing in a major, playing golf. Doesn't practice.
He's the Allen Iverson of golf,
Which
as
is
they say.
anytime you can be the Allen Iverson of, almost most of the time, it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's always
good
pretty
thing.
interesting to see athletes. Baseball's had a few of these. I don't know about football or hockey or anything like that, but baseball's definitely had a few. Like athletes
They don't
who
like the sport.
just don't like their sport.
Yes.
Right, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
I happen to be
Yeah.
exceptionally talented at this.
Yeah.
I do not care for it.
Yeah.
It
There
is-
was,
I want you to know while I'm kicking
Anthony
your ass,
Rendon.
I'm not having
Anthony
fun.
Rendon got like a $150 million contract,
Right.
and he's like, I don't like baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was one.
Fuck
He's
you,
one who was
dude.
on the Nationals when he was
Yes.
like, yeah, I don't watch
Just
baseball.
genuinely hates it. Got a
We've
$100
been
million
doing
contract.
all the NASCAR stuff, and one of the drivers we were talking to was like, you know, we asked, are you athletic? Is there any other stuff you do? And he's like, actually, I could have gone, I think I could have made it in baseball or this, and my family pushed me this way, and he like had that 1,000-yard stare where he was
I
like,
wish they didn't.
he's like, yeah, I like driving good enough, but baseball was really, and you're like, man, you're still like, you get to do this cool ass thing, but
I was gonna say, I'm not crying
like,
for these
yeah,
people.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
like-
feel sorry for you, but yeah, you can tell that.
That's a
Yeah.
weird one too, because driving is like a sport, but
Yeah.
it's like
You just need one really strong arm, I think.
Just turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong flex from Brooks. I don't. When I'm on TV, when I'm playing golf is when you see me on TV. He even said, I think he was on PMT, and he said something along the lines of like, it should be 14 holes. He's like, I black out holes like 7 to 15 or something like that. He's like, I just don't even remember.
It's the same shit every time, man. That's it. Very dramatic day here at Barstool.
Oof.
Very dramatic day.
I didn't see
What happened?
you lived in the drama. I saw some like from the outside.
In the drama.
I
tried to just maintain.
Is it as bad as? It's funny.
No, it was bad.
It's funny now because it's usually happening with children and Dave.
Mm-hmm.
It's now happening with 2 adults.
2 grown men. It was so. This sounds like it all kind of started. PMT. Dan had Minahan on the yak. And at the very end, like 2 minutes left, he was like joking. He's like, Minahan, let's do a draft. Top 5 radio time slots you wish you could have. And like naturally meaning the morning show. And then I think Kirk got cocky and said something like, well, I could have that show if I wanted to. Yeah. I make 2 phone calls and it's mine. And then that gets out there on Twitter with Deke. Things get taken out of context.
How does that still happen?
Yeah.
How does it, not Deke, like that's whatever. How do people in this office, of which there are 0, how do people in this office still take that so seriously? You're missing all of the context. You're missing everything said around it. How do you still get mad about a single fucking tweet?
How do you not just go and say, like, wait, what exactly did this mean? Like, tell me, can you clear this up? Or, like, what else happened?
Right.
I think, I tried to tell Minahan this. I was like, people don't really joke around here. Pretty uptight spot, to be honest, despite our reputation. I think Willie doesn't fuck around. Willie didn't like when Smitty made jokes with his mom.
Right.
I bet you he's one of those guys who's like, don't talk about my family, don't talk about my money. I bet you he takes that very seriously. Yeah. Someone coming for his job. And then I think Kirk leaned into it once he realized he had a reaction. He was like, oh yeah, Dave and Erica told me that show stinks. They told me it's mine if I want it. I think he just started to run with it and elaborate and fuck around. Willie comes into radio and sits like touching shoulders with Kirk. Like, he kept scooting, and Kirk kept scooting, and he kept going with him.
Did he say anything?
He didn't say a word. Willie pushed the mic away and sat there for a 30-minute segment and did not break stare. He just looked at him, and
that's
Kirk,
an interesting play.
It is. I don't know what the move was.
I like Willie. I don't know if I care.
It would not have been. I mean, I do. I couldn't physically intimidate someone if I wanted to, so that would never be my tactic. I do all my talking. That's my attack. He chose to go with physical intimidation. Kirk is either crazy or knows that at the end of the day Willie wasn't gonna like beat him up. So he was like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm not scared. Kirkman, he's like, and then he really leans into it. He's like, I'm from the mean streets of Winchester or whatever, whatever these towns are from.
He said his second summer house wasn't even that good.
That was great. Yeah, he was like, I've had a rough upbringing. My third house, my second summer house, it wasn't that nice. And he was talking circles. And I guess, I don't know whether Willie is like, I'll save my talk for Barstool Breakfast, but he didn't say a word. There was a couple times where Kirk was like, there's fear in his eyes, and Willie leaned in and was like, is there? And it was
I don't get that. I don't get that. Like, I get that in an NFL locker room. I don't get that here.
It was the wrong setting. Like, if that was a dark alley or Willie's bar or something, I think Kirk would have been like, oh, shit. But I think sitting in that radio room, he was like, nothing's going to happen to me.
Right.
So you can't really physically scare me right now. And Kirk was like, listen, I've been in awkward positions my entire career, so I'm good right now. I tried to eventually just continue running the radio show. I was like, so Kendall Jenner was on a yacht with Kyle Kuzma. Like, what do you think of that? And that was super awkward. So another beef, another storyline here at Barstool.
I get it. I get why Willie is mad. Willie does not know Kirk.
Yeah, if you don't know someone and they just roll up and say, I heard you stink at your job and I could take it in 2 phone calls. Yeah. That is not going to be received as funny.
And Kirk is like an expert.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing.
So.
But to be fair, Willie Colon basically did the same thing to the Cousins. Right. He was like, fuck your show, I should have that extra hour.
We got another call here from Troy from Michigan. This is actually from Willie. I don't know if you got, for Willie, if you got headphones there, Will. Troy, what do you got?
I mean, he hasn't stopped staring at Kirk.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just wondering why Willie gets the bitch about the Cousins show and try to get him on the air.
Good point.
And Kirk can't do the same. Why is he even in the room? He's not going to talk.
I'm not, to be clear, this guy's calling you a bitch.
That's actually fair.
He's saying, why do you bitch about the Cousins all day, and then you act all pouty? His words, bitchy, not mine.
But
though I think they apply.
I do think
about the whole Cousins stuff. That's inconsistent. Even you have to admit that.
Like it's kind of literally exactly the same.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it all unfolds.
I would just say I hate fighting at the office, and like I wish everyone would get along.
Oh, good. You're working in the right place, Kate.
I think that both Barstool Breakfast and Kirk's show suck dick, and I think that the Chaps and Kate show could probably take over both their spots just fine. So, anyways.
Imagine that if they're like, okay, now you have to do the 7 a.m. and the 7 p.m. show. Have fun with that one,
Yeah,
Kate.
I'm gonna go in and look at Willie and Kirk tomorrow.
Imagine.
Stare at them yeah, so take that. Don't be fooled by these bingo wings. I got a lot of power.
Maybe just take your shoes off and just
yeah,
do barefoot.
just put them up. Yeah,
What do you
ultimate
think?
flex. Just adjust the mic over my mouth. Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. I mean, Kirk's obviously, he was just here for the day. He's gone. So everyone's tuned into Barstool Breakfast. I'm sure Willie's got some things to say. I don't know. Everyone here is touchy. Like, you really?
Yeah.
Kirk was like, yo, do you think that was like real anger? I'm like, probably. Nobody here can take a joke.
Yeah.
No. And Kirk, I get. Kirk is, when Kirk started at EEI, when he started at third chair on Dennis and Callahan, I didn't really care for him. I thought he was like,
too much.
Yeah, well, he comes on very strong.
Very
That's part of his thing. And I think when we first hired him, actually, I think people were like tweeting at him, like me and Dan on a rundown or something like that, saying like we didn't like him, whatever. Mm-hmm. And there was a time when like I didn't.
But see, that's what I like about Kirk.
But it was like
you could say that to him though. Like I think you can go to him and be like, yeah, I didn't like the way you did your show, and he'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
He's very real with it, like very honest, very real.
No.
I think he just probably took a joke too far to a guy who wasn't even in the mood to joke a little bit.
But once you get put in that situation, you have to take it too far.
And he's the showman, so he's like pedal to the metal.
Right. Once you confront me on like while content is being made, it's out of my hands. I have no choice but to lean into
Especially, someone's gonna lean up and try to physically intimidate you, then I'm gonna go, way back over the top. So, more fun here at Barstool.
Ooh.
That's the rundown.